my Rogue Army. My name is Erin Rogoff, and I would like to welcome you all back to my BookTube channel. So I haven't had much time to read, really, just because I've been working so many shifts and buying Christmas and Hanukkah presents for my family. So I have been staying up till like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, just reading books, and I have actually been really enjoying it, even though I wake up really tired. Nothing that coffee cannot fix. So I just gotta say that. Shout out to whoever invented coffee because I worship you. Moving on. This video is actually just thoughts on books that I'm actually finding really hard to read, so it's troubling, but not every book can be as great as If I Was Your Girl by Meredith Russo or They Both Die in the End by Adam Silvera. Am I right? Anyway, the first book is an LGBTQ mystery novel. It's young adult fiction. It's also involving magical realism. It's a standalone novel. It's called All the Bad Apples by Moira Fowley Doyle. And other books that have been written by Moira Fowley Doyle I do not have, but I really want, such as The Accident Season and Spellbook of the Lost and Found. And in this book, it's about this girl, Dina, who comes out to her family, and then her older sister, Mandy, disappears and is thought to be dead. Dina doesn't believe that her sister is dead, even though her family is heartbroken, and then when she starts getting letters from Mandy, she knows that her sister is alive. But where is she, and why did she disappear? So when Mandy sends Dina a letter talking about this curse from their family generations ago, Dina must go on a journey to break the curse and then find her sister. And it seems really good, but it's a really dark read, and it's actually really hard for me to read, and I'm not going to get into all the reasons why, because there are so many, and we would be here, like, all day, but there are several trigger warnings that are extremely dark, and it has led me to believe some certain things. Like, I'm thinking Dina is actually Mandy's daughter, born of incest via rape by their father. That is what I am thinking, and I've only read 30 pages into the book before I stopped because just the whole aura of the book and the description with the Catholic Church pushing those ideas and ideals onto the LGBTQ community, it's just like, okay, why do you have such a problem with them? Anyway, I can sort of see both sides because my mom raised me as a Catholic girl, but now I'm agnostic, and I support love. I don't see a problem with the LGBTQ community. But moving on. The Catholic Church does have a huge presence in the book, and I won't get into that because we will be here for the rest of our lives, but all I'm going to say is that I actually hate the church protecting the shepherds instead of the flock, to put it somewhat biblicky. Biblicky? I can't pronounce it. Biblicky. I pronounced it wrong again. Moving on. Another book that is extremely hard for me to read is People Kill People by Ellen Hopkins. It is a young adult fiction, dark poetry, realistic fiction novel, and it's a standalone. And I have so many other books by Ellen Hopkins. Crank, Glass, Fallout, Identical, and Tilt, and I am obsessed with Ellen Hopkins' work, so I was like super happy to get this book because it was a present from me to me for no apparent reason, and I was just thinking to myself, okay, this has to be really good. And even though it's Ellen Hopkins' work, and Ellen Hopkins is one of my favorite authors, it was really hard for me to read just because, I don't know, let me explain. Anyway, the summary. A gun is bought, used, and then sold. The span of a week brings 6 people together as the gun connects them. So who will fire the gun, who will die, and who will live? Why is it hard for me to read? The injustice. Injustice has always bothered me because of the teachers in my high school 5 years ago who said that they had a zero-tolerance policy for bullying, but then who did nothing to stop me from being bullied. Like, I was homeschooled the last few months of high school. That was the best time ever because I didn't have to worry about breaking down in school, sobbing to the school psychiatrist and therapist and God knows what else. But anyway, the writing style, moving on to the book actually, the writing style actually it was much different than Cranking Glass and Fallout because I expected something more poetic. Not a long story, then a short poem, then long story again. And then other than those, I just really wasn't into the book like I hoped it would be, so it went into my DNF zone. Sorry guys, and no insult to Ellen Hopkins because I idolize her as a poet. So anyway, those are my 2 books that I am finding really hard to read right now. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit that like button to show some support, subscribe to my BookTube channel to get more videos like this, and have a great day everyone!